รายการนี้เป็นรายการทั่วไปสามารถรับชมได้ทุกวัย
ออกไปเที่ยวเมืองไทยกันไหมขับรถไปด้วยกันท่องไปตามเส้นทางฝันให้มันถึงทุกจุดหมายอยากไปเที่ยวกับเธอได้ไปเจอเพื่อนใหม่ทั้งออกตกเหนือใต้เราจะไปด้วยกันเพราะฉันรักเมืองไทยเราจะไปเที่ยวกัน
สนับสนุนการเดินทางโดยททท.การท่องเที่ยวแห่งประเทศไทยปตท.คิดเพื่ออนาคตและทำสิ่งที่ดีที่สุดเพื่อคนไทยฉลาก SCG Green Choice คุณเลือกเพื่อโลกได้สวัสดีค่ะ Welcome to Travel Documentary Top of Thai. I'm your host Tulip Nak Sompoplao. We are in Bangkok and in this episode we're taking you to the Museum of Textile. This place opened in service for the public in 2012, but just the building itself is a 150 years old building. Was built in 1870s and transformed to be what you see now in 2003. The building itself has its own life. It used to be the office of finance ministry in the old days, and now it's a museum for everyone to see. So it's a place for you that love the history, the textile, the art around it, and the culture around it.
พิพิธภัณฑ์ผ้าในสมเด็จพระนางเจ้าสิริกิติ์พระบรมราชินีนาถนะคะก่อตั้งขึ้นตามพระราชประสงค์ของสมเด็จพระนางเจ้าสิริกิติ์พระบรมราชินีนาถพระบรมราชชนนีพันปีหลวงในการให้ที่นี่เป็นแหล่งเรียนรู้เกี่ยวกับผ้าแล้วก็เครื่องแต่งกายค่ะโดยให้ความสำคัญในเรื่องของหลักอนุรักษ์สากลนะคะไม่ว่าจะเป็นเรื่องของการจัดเก็บการจัดแสดงแล้วก็การอนุรักษ์ผ้าด้วยค่ะปัจจุบันนี้นะคะพิพิธภัณฑ์ผ้าก็มีเทศกาลสิริราชภัสตราบรมราชินีนาถซึ่งจัดขึ้นเนื่องในโอกาสเฉลิมพระชนมพรรษา 90 พรรษาสมเด็จพระนางเจ้าสิริกิติ์พระบรมราชินีนาถพระบรมราชชนนีพันปีหลวงค่ะในเทศกาลนี้นะคะสมเด็จพระเจ้าลูกเธอเจ้าฟ้าสิริวัณวรีนารีรัตนราชกัญญาองค์ประธานที่ปรึกษาของพิพิธภัณฑ์นะคะก็ทรงเป็นหัวหน้าพันธารักษ์ด้วยโดยจะเป็นการจัดแสดงฉลองพระองค์ของสมเด็จพระบรมราชชนนีพันปีหลวงตามทศวรรษต่างๆตั้งแต่ปี 1960 ค่ะโดยสำหรับฉลองพระองค์ของสมเด็จพระบรมราชชนนีพันปีหลวงนะคะโดยมากเนี่ยก็จะตัดเย็บจากผ้าไทยค่ะเนื่องจากพระองค์ท่านนะคะต้องการส่งเสริมให้งานฝีมือของคนไทยนะคะตอนแรกเนี่ยคือเป็นเพื่อเป็นอาชีพเสริมซึ่งต่อมาเนี่ยก็ทำให้งานฝีมือเหล่านี้นะคะไม่ว่าจะเป็นผ้าทอหรืองานฝีมือหัตถศิลป์ต่างๆเนี่ยยังคงอยู่มาจนปัจจุบันค่ะนอกจากเทศกาลที่กล่าวถึงไปแล้วนะคะปัจจุบันเราก็ยังมีพื้นที่การเรียนรู้นะคะซึ่งมีเทศกาลปักถักทอค่ะซึ่งก็เป็นการนำผ้าศิลปาชีพในภูมิภาคต่างๆนะคะไม่ว่าจะเป็นภาคกลางภาคเหนือภาคใต้นะคะภาคอีสานมาจัดทำเป็นรูปแบบศิลปะร่วมสมัยค่ะโดยคุณเพลินจันทร์วินรัตน์ซึ่งสามารถมาเรียนรู้เกี่ยวกับผ้าไทยได้ค่ะพิพิธภัณฑ์ผ้านะคะก็ยังมีห้องสมุดซึ่งเก็บรวบรวมนะคะหนังสือเกี่ยวกับผ้าเครื่องแต่งกายแล้วก็ประวัติศาสตร์นะคะผู้ที่สนใจสามารถมาศึกษาค้นคว้าได้ค่ะ
Say it's natural if you go to any museum in the world before you leave you should check out their shop. The museum shop here will be something maybe a little bit different from other museum in general because it's textile museum so most of the things here will involve textile thing you can find in Thailand. It comes from the support foundation and handcraft from around the country.And the revenue they made here will send to the support foundation. The current one is called woven dialect. Basically, they want to tell you all the story about all the fabric that happened in Thailand. And there will be parts that you can touch, you can try doing things. Sometimes they call it the activity room. But like this, it shows the traditional way of the tools that they use for hand woven the fabric with the machine and whatnot. But this is the old kind of way of making fabric. And beside that, you can see they use all these tools to make some kind of installation arts. Like this is a map of Thailand, but it made from all the fabric from many parts of the country. It's called hattography. They have some Hill tribe textile, Thai style embroidery, plain cotton, loincloth. This one is Isander, so it's northeastern style. They talk about silk in the northeast. They talk about matmi, which is the way that you create this kind of print. It's not print, but the design into the fabric itself. It's the technique to use to tie and dye the fabric into the print that you design. This one, plain cloth, loincloth, is actually pa khao ma. Pa khao ma is something very, I would say, local to Thais. This, you see the one that make from cotton that they make into art piece. It's essentially similar to check print, but in Thai we call it pa khao ma. It's something you see people in the rural area wear it as a multi-purpose kind of fabric. They use it as a scarf, they use it as a skirt, they use it as a towel, that kind of thing. And this is the map of the southern part of Thailand. And yeah, they use batik, plain cotton, and brocades. So batik is very similar to Indonesian or Malaysian arts, but it's also part of the south of Thailand. So that's where it came from. Become this piece. Matmi. This is what I was talking about, the tie dye. It's not the way that you normally think of tie dye, because usually when you think of tie dye with a whole piece of fabric and you tie it to make the print and then you dye it. But when you do matmi kind of fabric, you actually have to tie it before you make it into a piece of fabric. So it's actually, for me, I think it's very difficult, but I guess for people that have been doing it, they know what they're doing, right? So like this, they have to tie this into the design they want, and then they dye it, and after that, they woven it into this kind of fabric. This is actually, what's it called? Silk. It's the thing that you get from silkworm to make it into silk thread before you make it into a fabric. Batik, this is something that we share with our neighbors in the south. This kind of fabric actually what get me into the love of textile in the beginning. This kind of fabric, they call it silk and metal thread brocade, traditionally woven in the Nakhon Si Thammarat province. But for me, it was from the northeast of Thailand. It was cotton, but it's like this kind of style of making.
โลกของเรามีสถิติใหม่เกิดขึ้นทุกวันสถิติที่จะเปลี่ยนพวกเราให้ไม่เหมือนเดิมปตท.เร่งปรับกระบวนการผลิตลดการปล่อยก๊าซเรือนกระจกเร่งเปลี่ยนสู่ธุรกิจที่เป็นมิตรกับสิ่งแวดล้อม เร่งปลูกป่าเพื่อดูดซับก๊าซเรือนกระจกให้แน่ใจได้ว่าเราจะมีโลกที่ดีขึ้นกว่าเดิม PTT Net Zero เพื่อโลกที่ยั่งยืนโลกของเรามีสถิติใหม่เกิดขึ้นทุกวันสถิติที่จะเปลี่ยนพวกเราให้ไม่เหมือนเดิมปตท.เร่งปรับกระบวนการผลิตลดการปล่อยก๊าซเรือนกระจกเร่งเปลี่ยนสู่ธุรกิจที่เป็นมิตรกับสิ่งแวดล้อมเร่งปลูกป่าเพื่อดูดซับก๊าซเรือนกระจกให้แน่ใจได้ว่าเราจะมีโลกที่ดีขึ้นกว่าเดิม PTT Net Zero เพื่อโลกที่ยั่งยืน
Golf Powering the Future Empowering the People ฉลาก SCG Green Choice คุณเลือกเพื่อโลกได้ And we are up on the second floor, which will be the main exhibition of this museum. Like it said here, Queen Sirikit actually, when she followed King Rama the Ninth to rural areas of Thailand, she saw all this beautiful handmade fabric made by local people, and she believed that it deserved much more spotlight, much more attention, and these people deserve praise. So it's more like, this is what I personally think. It became her mission to showcase Thai fabric to the world. And the main exhibition here is the exhibition that shows the royal wardrobe of Her Majesty Queen Sirikit. And if any Thai people that love fashion design, especially if they dive into Thai fabric, they have to look at Her Majesty's style of clothing. Some of them by very famous European designer like Balmain, I think he's the main person, but all use Thai fabric, and it showcases the beauty of Thai art very, very well. And a lot of traditional national Thai costume you see nowadays is actually the one that Her Majesty has in part the design to make it like a little more contemporary and easier to use for nowadays. And they talk about her work intensifying in 1970s with the creation of the Support Foundation, which guarantee weavers a commercial market for their fabrics. Queen Mother seized every opportunity to support textile at home and abroad through programs, exhibitions, performances, personal diplomacy. Of course, you can see all the things she wears are fabric made in Thailand. Like these designed by Balmain in 1965. This includes the matching dress and jacket itself, even the shoes and the hat. These are fantastic. This is also by French designer, short nightgown and a long nightgown, evening dress. Oh, I think this one designer has been very, very busy working with her to showcase all this stuff. These are the dresses from 1970s, evening gown and all that. I think it's during the time that Her Majesty went out to missions abroad a lot. It's Thai silk and sateen. It worked really well together. This is like working attire, kind of. You know, some of the design, I personally think she's the only one that can wear it beautifully. It's like her figure and her stamina are made for wearing this kind of thing. Very beautiful. This is already in 1990s. This designed by Thai designer. And of course it's Thai silk with sequin and beads, embroidery work. This is by French designer. So during 1960s, the decade of royal visit, official visit from the King and the Queen of Thailand back then, to many countries around the world, United States, European country, and other Asian countries. And of course, it's occasions to showcase a lot of things about Thailand, Thai culture, get other people around the world to know about Thailand, King and Queen, and also a very good opportunity to showcase Thai arts, Thai fabrics. And in this room you see something, I would say, a little more on traditional side. It will be, I think you can see a lot of this resemble in, I would say, Thai traditional wedding nowadays. It's like evening gown Thai style. Also designed by Bauman, the French designer. There's the one by Italian designer and there's the one by Thai designer. But some of them has no record of who designed it. But it's so obvious that the fabric are Thai, right? So much work into any of these. So yeah, that's the main exhibition of Museum of Textile. So when you come to the Grand Palace, or you can just come straight here, you know. It's like only 10-15 minutes for the second floor, and it's only about 5 to 10 minutes on the first floor. And I think there's a lot of things, a lot of interesting and beautiful things to see.
โลกของเรามีสถิติใหม่เกิดขึ้นทุกวัน สถิติที่จะเปลี่ยนพวกเราให้ไม่เหมือนเดิม ปตท.เร่งปรับกระบวนการผลิตลดการปล่อยก๊าซเรือนกระจกเร่งเปลี่ยนสู่ธุรกิจที่เป็นมิตรกับสิ่งแวดล้อมเร่งปลูกป่าเพื่อดูดซับก๊าซเรือนกระจกให้แน่ใจได้ว่าเราจะมีโลกที่ดีขึ้นกว่าเดิม PTT Net Zero เพื่อโลกที่ยั่งยืนโลกของเรามีสถิติใหม่เกิดขึ้นทุกวันสถิติที่จะเปลี่ยนพวกเราให้ไม่เหมือนเดิมปตท.เร่งปรับกระบวนการผลิตลดการปล่อยก๊าซเรือนกระจกเร่งเปลี่ยนสู่ธุรกิจที่เป็นมิตรกับสิ่งแวดล้อมเร่งปลูกป่าเพื่อดูดซับก๊าซเรือนกระจกให้แน่ใจได้ว่าเราจะมีโลกที่ดีขึ้นกว่าเดิม PTT Net Zero เพื่อโลกที่ยั่งยืน
at a Thai restaurant on Songwat Road. This road is one of the oldest road in Bangkok, and it recently has been revived by local business owners gather together and try to promote what it has to offer here. There's galleries, restaurant, coffee shop, and all that. But today we will try food here. This is called Ika Lab. Now, the reason they call this place lab because the owner said it's where they try mix and match food. Some of them will be the taste as close as original as possible. So now I'm thinking maybe I should start with this eggplant salad first because it's something usually we just eat it without rice. Let's see. So when you do this, usually you should grill the eggplant first and then you put the sauce on top. How do I start this? So this dish have eggplant, of course, grilled eggplant, some chili paste on top. We have minced pork, and definitely I have to put some shrimp on there just to make sure I get everything on one bite. So we have deep fried shallots. No, garlic shallots, fresh shallots and some parsley. You know, growing up, I never realized why people have to put so many of this little thing, but I just learned to love all this little garnish stuff recently. I think it's actually add depth to food. Okay, here we go. This is the character of eggplant salad that you should find. The aroma of the charcoal, which this one has. And it's not too spicy for me personally, so I think this is very yummy. Now, my favorite dish. 3 stinky food. We have glass noodle here, and we have, I'm not sure what's it called in English, I think it's called acacia. It's a vegetable that Thai people like to eat it with chili paste. And also this thing, this is southern vegetable that lots of people say it's stinky. But if you love it, you love it, same as durian. Garlic is what gives it a little sweetness to the dish, make the flavor fill up and full. Now, if you love freshwater fish, this is the fish you have to order. If you go to any Thai restaurant, local called plakang, but I believe English called the giant red-tailed catfish. Usually, if you go to some provinces that they like, you know, by the river and all that, such as Kanchanaburi, is where you have to order. And this, they import, I don't know if import is the right word, but they transport this from Kanchanaburi province. And we have deep fried red-tailed giant catfish with caramelized fish sauce. One thing about freshwater fish though, if you love it, you love it. If you hate it, you hate it. Some people say they don't eat freshwater fish because they don't like the smell of the mud and all that. But honestly, personally, I don't smell any of that. I love freshwater fish. It's called fish sauce deep fried, but don't let the name fool you. It's not that salty because they make it caramelized, so it has some little bit sweetness to it. I think it's pretty good. And they said they bring in fish 2 times a week, so it's quite fresh here. Now, this dish is the dish that they invented here. So I'm supposed to mix everything together. From the look of it, it should have all the flavor you want in food, like sweet and salty and all that, with some crispy bite from all this vegetable and sweetness from the pork stew, and saltiness from the sauce, fermented fish sauce. How am I going to eat this? It's actually very light, interesting. Actually, it made me think of som tam because of the fermented fish sauce. But if you like the flavor of som tam and fermented fish sauce, I think you're gonna like this dish. So if you come to this area and you're not sure what to eat, where to go, maybe stop by at Ika Lab and try all these different dishes. It's not specifically from some certain part of Thailand, it's from everywhere. So if you're not sure what to order, just pick the recommended menu, and I think you will find it pretty delightful.
ออกไปเที่ยวเมืองไทยกันไหม ขับรถไปด้วยกันท่องไปตามเส้นทางฝันให้มันถึงทุกจุดหมาย